The JX-305 Groove Synth is a new type of synthesizer, integrating many of Roland's innovative features from classic instruments into one power-packed workstation. The 305 combines dynamic performance features, tons of real-time control choices, and fat, dance-oriented sounds and effects with high-quality acoustic instruments to get you into the groove. The JX-305 features a pattern-based sequencer with microscope editing, groove quantized to add human feel to your patterns, a programmable arpeggiator with 43 styles, reverb, delay, and 24 insert effects, including Roland groove effects like slicer, radio tuning, and lo-fi. 9 knobs for real-time control over dozens of parameters. Roland's real-time phrase sequencing for assigning phrases to single keys. Pattern sets for storing your favorite combination of patterns. Up to 3-way keyboard splits, including RPS and the arpeggiator. Let's see how the JX-305 Groove Synth helps real musicians get in the groove.
Hi, I'm Tony McGuire. I'm a DJ and dance music artist. When I go to a gig, I need a piece of gear that'll supply my backing tracks as well as let me play live. That's why I've got the JX-305. The JX has tons of patterns, great presets, and room for patterns I create myself. I use various patterns to make up a song, then save my patterns in groups called pattern sets. There are more than enough sets here to do my whole gig. I call up a pattern on the fly by simply pressing a button. With RPS, or real-time phrase sequencing, I add or mix in instrument phrases on the fly. Let's say I want to experiment with the arrangement of my song. I've assigned instrument phrases to different keys. Now I can play them back in any combination. You could say I'm creating a remix on the fly. The JX-305 lets me do so much at once. The split mode gives me 2 sounds on the keyboard at the same time. RPS still has its own section of keys, and a sequence pattern runs over top of it all. So now I'll play drums from a pattern, a wah-wah guitar phrase from RPS, play a bass part, and comp chords, all at the same time. The 305 gives me great real-time control. I can select an instrument, then change how that instrument sounds by tweaking the knobs. But as long as I hold down an RPS key, when I turn a knob, the RPS phrase gets modified. The JX-305 Groove Synth has a bunch of standard effects like reverb, chorus, and delay, plus cool groove effects. Let me show you a couple of my favorites. By assigning the bender to turntable, I'll slow down or speed up an entire pattern. I need record noise on one of my songs, so I'll select phonograph from the multi-effects.
Hello, my name is Vince LaDuca, and I'm a dance music producer and sound designer. I use the JX-305's preset patterns with my computer sequencer, kind of like I would an interactive sampling CD. Say I need to build a backing track for a TV commercial, and I need to get it done quick. I could pick out a drum line from any of the presets and build a new groove out of it. That groove is cool. Now I'll mute the instruments and isolate the drum pattern. Next, I'll use the groove quantize and change up the feel of the pattern. As a matter of fact, the groove quantize on the JX actually gives me more control over the feel of the groove than my computer sequencer's groove templates, and it's easier to use. Now I'll send the new drum pattern to the sequencing program. I can use one of the 43 arpeggiator styles on the JX to create some acid bass lines. Now I'll add it to the drum pattern in the sequencer. Then I can use the real-time modify knobs and record the moves into the sequencer program. I can do filter sweeps, instrument fade-ins and outs, panning, effect levels, and more. I'll add a pad to that. Listen to the pad. The LFO is sweeping the filter automatically and is synced to MIDI clock. In addition to standard effects, the JX has some special remixing effects. I could take that simple pad and apply this slicer gating effect and make it a cool rhythmic line. There's also a lo-fi processor and radio tuning effect. There are 24 special effects total. Check out the lo-fi processor. Now let's listen to it all put together.
Hi, I'm Benjamin Timpower, and I'm more of a rock player. The JX-305 has all the bread and butter sounds I need. The real-time controls are great, like my old gear. I could pick a synth just based on lead sounds, and I love these leads. But my synth also has to have great piano and string sounds, like these. I'm always searching for fat poly synth patches too, and the JX comes through. It's got both killer traditional and modern patches. The JX-305's arpeggiator is cool, with some really tasty styles. It takes me to creative areas I might not have known. I can even save my own custom user styles. The hold feature frees up my hands to do whatever I want. I also love the real-time accent controls, and the octave control lets me extend the range of the arpeggio as I go. Heavy. Arpeggiators have come a long way. Here I've taken these sounds and recorded some riffs with the built-in sequencer to get backing tracks. The three-way split lets me trigger a phrase with RPS, hold notes with the arpeggio, and solo over top. This expands my ability as a player and is more responsive in real time. The sequencer gives me the freedom to create anything up to 32 bars. I can store 50,000 notes internally and almost 500,000 notes with a Smart Media SM4 card. Now I can take these sequencer tracks I've created and assign them to an RPS set to let me be in control. I like the fact I can reach for a knob and get an instant result. Panning, level, cutoff, resonance, envelope, and effect controls are right there at my fingertips. I can fly through a set of songs in total control of my sounds. And the player in me loves the JX-305 aftertouch.
The JX-305 is the keyboard I need for my kind of music.